Yeah, see, I moved here in 2004, and it's like a weird. I even
How old
think
were you when you moved here?
9 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I moved
That's
from
about the
Spain
same. Oh, from Spain.
because we lived in Spain for 2 years.
That's right.
So 95 to 2000 and like early 2003,
Mm-hmm.
and then Spain or 2002. I can't quite remember. And then Spain from like 2002, late 2002 to like late 2004,
Wow.
and then we came over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then went to high school here, and then finished, went traveling, did get 2 years of a gap year,
Mm-hmm.
came back, started my degree, and then went to Melbourne for like 7 months,
Yeah.
which was like a blast. It
Yeah.
was so much fun. Actually, you know what? I want to talk to you about that. How come, like, why do people do so much? Like, it's almost like the classic thing is like, the hard situations kind of make you realize so much more about yourself.
Sure.
But like the time where I did like the most kind of self-exploration and development was after going through a breakup.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? I know it's a very broad, open-ended question.
Yeah.
But it was just like almost like the most confronting period.
Did you do the breaking up, or were you broken up?
Yeah, but it
with?
wasn't really my choice. You know? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, maybe at the most basic,
Mhm.
right? You could say you're wondering what's wrong with me.
Yeah, right. That's all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, that might be part of it. Like, or what was it about this relationship that didn't work? What do I need to understand about the way I am in relation to myself and in relation to others?
Sure.
Right?
Well, that's 100% what it was, but yeah. Interesting. Okay.
We all go into relationships with a working model
Mhm.
of relationships, right? So that we learn from our parents and how we see them relating to each other, but also like how they relate to us, how we related to them,
Mhm.
right? As kids, because we all figure out this is who I have to be loved,
Totally.
right?
Yeah.
So then you carry that shit with you into a relationship, and then the other person's like, wait, that's not what I want, or
Mhm.
that's, I don't know.
No, you're right. You have like a subconscious model that you pick
Totally.
up, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just like, well, hold on.
It's called the internal working model.
Is that what is that for everything?
Well, that's, I guess I'm just speaking to the relationship, but, or, the internal working model of relationships. But, we all have schemas. Have you
Mhm.
heard of schemas? Deeply held core beliefs that, are pretty pervasive and can be quite pathological.
Mhm.
Depends on the extreme of that schema, but, they operate under the surface or implicitly, and you don't even know they're operating until they get activated.
Right.
And you're like, why am I freaking out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
you're just not even aware of it.
Yeah. And you look for the information that confirms your schema, right?
Mhm.
So if I think, if I have a failure schema, or I think that I'm, not as good as other people at my job or
Mhm.
whatever, and then if I get a performance review, right, and it's got, 95% of it is positive,
Mhm.
my schema is just going to hone in on that one statement that
Mhm.
says you could improve on this, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's not going to be true all the time, but that's kind of how it works, is that you have a negativity bias. And so you hone in on the
Yeah, it confirms
on
your
the stuff that
pre-held
confirms your
beliefs.
belief, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, so then you're not learning anything new.
Mhm.
You're not standing back from it going, hang on a second,
Mhm.
Am I taking anything else in? Yeah.
It's very challenging to confront those things as well, because it's so much
Yeah.
of who you are.
Totally.
It's who you're made up of.
Yeah.
Even with like political beliefs and things like that.
Yeah.
To look at like a different perspective is to almost like be very humbling, because you can be proved wrong in something that you've touted for so long that you think is correct, and then
Yeah.
it's like a lot of humility comes in. It's like, I was wrong. Like I was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's like a very tough thing to do. I wonder if it's tougher for males than it is. I don't know. I just feel like, because there's that whole thing that it's slowly fading away, but there's like this masculine idea of this, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm a man and I'm right. But know what I believe in, and don't back down.
Yes.
And it's like to be able to destroy that. And it's the ego, right? Like kind of destroy the ego and then rebuild it from the perspective, like a new perspective.
Yeah.
Is very tough.
We don't like to be vulnerable.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like being vulnerable is where you like learn the most.
Exactly. Well, because if you think about it, right, like if we're all walking around with our defenses up all the time, right, we're not going to make authentic connections with other people.